All right, so imagine this. You've written a song,
Uh-huh.
and you want some feedback,
Sure.
but not from, your friend or a bandmate.
Right.
What if you turn to AI?
Interesting.
Could it actually get, the feeling behind the music?
What's so fascinating about this is we're so used to thinking about art as a uniquely human thing.
Right.
And AI is kind of challenging that.
Exactly. That's what we're going to unpack today.
Okay.
Songwriter Dan Campbell, he's from the band Jester's Heart,
Okay.
wrote a song called Borrowed Heart,
Mm-hmm.
and got curious.
Yeah.
He decided to run it through both ChatGPT and Claude.AI,
Oh, cool.
two of the leading AIs right now.
Yeah.
To see what they would make of it.
It's like asking, can AI understand the human heart through music?
Totally. And the first surprise, ChatGPT nails the key of the song right off the bat.
Wow.
So at least AI's got an ear for music theory.
Yeah.
But Claude.AI struggled a bit at first.
Uh-huh.
Dan had to give it a nudge in the right direction before you could identify the key, which is G sharp minor.
So that's interesting because it kind of suggests that AI can learn rules,
Yeah.
but maybe truly understanding involves more than just recognizing patterns.
Right. Like there's knowing the scales and then there's feeling the music.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's where things get really interesting with Claude.
Right.
AI, once Dan corrected it, the AI was able to analyze borrowed heart in a really insightful way.
Wow.
We're not just talking about identifying the key or time signature anymore.
Yeah.
It's about connecting those elements to the song's meaning and emotion.
Okay, so let's unpack this analysis. What exactly did Claude.AI pick up on?
Well, first it identified the central metaphor of the song, the borrowed heart, Claud.AI. AI saw how this metaphor worked to convey the song's message, being in a relationship where only one person is truly invested.
So it's not just recognizing keywords, it's understanding the meaning behind them.
Right, and it even picked up on the narrative arc of the song.
Oh, wow.
How it starts with the decision to leave and ends with the act of giving back that borrowed heart. It even zeroed in on specific lyrics, like words are written in the sands of time, and your love was a flame, but it didn't burn for me.
Right.
And was able to discuss how those lines contribute to the overall feeling of loss and melancholy in the song.
Wow. So it's like Claude.AI is reading between the lines, picking up on the subtle emotional cues.
Yeah.
It's making connections that even humans don't always do consciously.
It makes you wonder, are we witnessing a form of understanding here,
Right.
or just incredibly sophisticated pattern recognition?
Is it feeling the sadness or just recognizing the patterns humans associate with sadness?
It's a tough question, but what's fascinating is that Claude.AI connected the musical elements.
Okay.
The key of G sharp minor, the chord progressions to the song's melancholic mood.
Okay.
It even pointed out how the interaction between certain chords creates a bittersweet feeling.
Hold on. For those of us who aren't music theory whizzes, can we break that down a bit?
Of course.
Yeah.
So a chord progression is basically a series of chords played in a specific order.
Okay.
Think of it like the building blocks of a melody.
Mm-hmm.
And the key of a song, in this case G sharp minor, refers to the central note and scale that the song is based around.
Okay.
Different keys have different emotional qualities.
Mm-hmm.
G sharp minor tends to evoke a feeling of sadness or introspection.
So what Claude.AI is doing is connecting the dots between the emotional effect of the lyrics and the technical aspects of the music.
Yeah.
It's like it's understanding how those things work together to create the overall impact of the song.
Exactly. It's seeing the song as a whole.
Yeah.
Recognizing the interplay between lyrics, melody, harmony, and even rhythm.
Okay, so now I'm really starting to wonder.
Uh-huh.
How is AI doing this?
Right.
Is there something more going on here than just algorithms?
Yeah.
Are we reaching a point where AI can genuinely understand human emotion and metaphor?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think the answer is complex.
Okay.
It's tempting to dismiss it as just pattern recognition.
Right.
But when you see AI analyzing a song like Borrowed Heart with such accuracy and insight,
Yeah.
it does make you wonder.
It really does make you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It challenges our assumptions about what AI is capable of. And this is just one song.
Right.
What happens when AI can do this with entire musical libraries?
The possibilities are mind-boggling.
It really is.
We could be on the cusp of a new era of musical understanding.
This is getting me really excited about the future of music.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away, I think we need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
I agree. Let's explore the implications of all this.
Okay, so we've seen AI analyze a song's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the practical use of this?
Right.
How can this technology actually be used by musicians?
Well, imagine a musician working on a new song,
Okay.
struggling to get the feeling just right. What if they could get instant feedback from an AI?
Yeah.
Input the melody, the lyrics, and boom, you get an analysis of the emotional tone, the key suggestions for chord progressions, maybe even instrumentation ideas.
It'd be like having a co-writer who speaks fluent music theory.
Exactly.
That would be invaluable.
Yeah.
Especially for songwriters who aren't as strong on the musical side.
Precisely. And think about music producers.
Okay.
AI could be a game changer.
Yeah.
It could help them pinpoint the most emotionally powerful parts of a song, give suggestions for enhancing the mix, even create new sounds that match the emotional tone.
So it's like having an AI sound engineer who's also an expert in human emotions.
It is.
That's pretty wild.
But what's really interesting is how this could change how we listen to music.
Okay.
Imagine an app that analyzes your music library and suggests songs based on how you're feeling.
Interesting.
Not just genre or artist, but actual emotions.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling down, the app could play something uplifting. Or if I need to focus, it suggests something calm and instrumental.
Exactly.
It's like having a personal DJ who understands your emotional needs.
Exactly. And it could go even further.
Oh, wow.
What if AI could create personalized soundtracks for your life?
Okay.
Music that adapts to your mood, what you're doing, even the weather.
Okay, now we're talking sci-fi movie level stuff.
Right.
But honestly, after what we've just discussed, it doesn't feel that far-fetched.
I know, right?
If AI can understand the emotions in music, who knows what else it could do?
That's the exciting part.
Yeah.
We're just scratching the surface of AI's potential in music. As the technology evolves, who knows what incredible possibilities will emerge.
It's truly mind-blowing.
It is.
But I have to admit, a part of me is also a little apprehensive.
Sure.
What happens if AI becomes so good at creating music that it surpasses human creativity?
Right.
Could we even tell the difference between a song written by a human and one written by AI?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
It's like the classic debate. Can machines truly replicate human creativity?
Right.
The answer is complex.
Okay.
AI is incredibly good at patterns.
Right.
So theoretically, it could create music that sounds just like what humans produce. But there's something about human creativity, that spark of inspiration that comes from lived experience.
Right.
Which is hard to imagine an AI ever fully replicating.
Right. It's that unique human perspective, that depth of feeling that's difficult to define, let alone program.
Exactly. And I think that's where the human element will always be essential.
Yeah.
Even if AI can create technically perfect music, it's the human touch, the emotional resonance that will truly connect with listeners.
So maybe instead of seeing AI as a threat, we should view it as a tool that can help us unlock new levels of creativity.
I think that's a healthy perspective.
Yeah.
AI can be a partner, a collaborator, pushing us to be more creative, to explore new sounds and ideas. It can also help us better understand the music we love, to appreciate the nuances we might have missed before.
I'm definitely seeing the potential here. It's not about replacing human musicians.
Right.
It's about expanding the possibilities of music itself.
Precisely. And I think that's an incredibly exciting prospect.
Yeah.
But we haven't even touched on the potential impact on music education.
Oh, right. What if AI could teach music theory?
Yeah, no.
Or help people learn to play instruments?
Imagine an AI music tutor that adapts to your learning style,
Okay.
gives personalized feedback, even creates custom exercises based on your strengths and weaknesses.
That would be revolutionary.
It would.
Learning music can be so challenging.
Right.
And having an AI tutor to break things down and offer encouragement would be incredible.
Right. And it could make music education accessible to people who can't afford traditional lessons.
That's an important point.
Right.
AI could democratize music education, making it available to anyone with an internet connection.
Exactly. And I think that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Wow.
As AI develops, we'll see more and more innovative applications in music education production and even performance.
It's exciting. But it also raises some questions.
Sure.
What if AI-generated music becomes so widespread
Uh-huh.
that it starts to overshadow human-created music?
Right.
How do we make sure AI empowers creativity
Yeah.
and doesn't replace it?
Those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
And it's crucial to discuss the ethical implications of AI in music.
Okay.
We need to ensure it benefits both creators and listeners.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about how we use it and how we value the human element in music.
Absolutely. And the listener's role is crucial here.
Okay.
We need to be aware of where our music comes from, support human artists, and value the unique qualities human creativity brings to music.
Well said. This conversation has been so thought-provoking.
It has.
It feels like we've only just scratched the surface.
I agree. There's so much more to explore.
Yeah.
And it'll be fascinating to see how the relationship between AI and music continues to evolve.
This deep dive has left me with a sense of awe and a little bit of apprehension. The possibilities are incredible, but the potential pitfalls are real.
Right?
It seems like the future of music hinges on how we choose to use this powerful technology.
I think that's a perfect segue into our final thoughts.
Okay.
We'll be back after a short break.
Okay, we're back. And my head is still spinning from all this talk about AI and music.
I know, it's wild, isn't it?
It really is.
Really makes you kind of rethink things.
Yeah, as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm curious, where do you see this relationship between AI and music heading in the big picture?
Well, I think AI is just going to become like more and more part of the music world, you know?
Yeah.
Like we're already seeing it starting to happen
Right.
with all these tools for songwriting and producing and even teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So as that technology gets even smarter, I think we'll see like even more creative uses popping up.
It's exciting, but also a little intimidating, you know?
Yeah?
How do we navigate this new world where it's getting harder to tell the difference between what a human creates and what a machine creates?
That is the question, isn't it? And I don't think there's a simple answer.
Right.
I think maybe one way to think about it is to approach this with a sense of curiosity and an open mind.
Okay.
You know, AI is a tool,
Yeah.
just like a paintbrush or a guitar.
Right.
It can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us how we use it, you know, to make sure that it benefits everybody, both the people making music and the people listening to it.
It reminds me that it's not like we're just passengers on this AI train, you know?
Right.
We have a responsibility to kind of steer it,
Yeah, exactly.
make sure that music keeps being this amazing thing.
Absolutely. And I think one of the most important things we can do is to think about collaboration.
Okay.
You know, humans and AI working together
Yeah.
instead of being afraid of it. Think of AI as a partner.
Like a bandmate, almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And, you know, combine the strengths of both to do something really new.
I love that idea. Imagine the possibilities, you know?
Yeah.
Human creativity and that AI power together.
That's pretty mind-blowing. And I don't think it's that far off.
I don't either.
But we need to be willing to experiment, you know?
Yeah.
And try things and not be afraid to push those boundaries.
So it's not just about the technology, it's about how we think about it,
Exactly.
how willing we are to kind of change with it.
Mm-hmm.
This has been such an interesting conversation.
Yeah, it's a big topic.
Like we've barely scratched the surface.
I know, and that's what's so cool.
Right.
There's always more to learn as this technology keeps developing.
Yeah. Well, this deep dive has left me feeling both excited and a little bit nervous.
Yeah, I get that.
The possibilities are amazing,
Uh-huh.
but the risks are real too.
Absolutely.
So I want to leave our listeners with a question to think about.
Okay.
What role do you think AI should play in the future of music?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how can we make sure it helps music grow and change instead of holding it back?
That's a good question.
It's something we all need to think about because music's future really is in our hands.
That's a great way to put it. You know, it's a call to action to really be engaged and informed and help shape what music becomes in this incredible age of AI.
Well, thank you for joining us today on this journey into the world of AI and music.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive and keep exploring this fascinating topic. Until next time.